This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 146 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Colling Jr. And with me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, Merry Christmas Eve.
Dude, Merry Christmas Eve to you too. And we should be saying Happy Holidays to our listeners. Not everyone celebrates Christmas, but yeah, it's about that time of the year. We're celebrating with some TNA wrestling, my favorite thing. And what better gift for us to give this holiday season than some just really great Impact episodes in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm treating this as some coal.
Oh, well, lucky for you, this is our second to last episode of 2004. We have one more coming out after this. And then we got our year in review episode, Bob, which was actually ironically going to be dropping in 2005. Well, I mean, 2023, but 2005 TNA time. So, I mean, your coal is going to be gone soon.
I hope so.
I don't know, man. We're wrapping up pretty strong here, though. We're heading into Final Resolution, a couple weeks away. I think 4. We have 4 episodes of Impact, and then it's Final Resolution.
Yeah. And I've been, I mean, I'm joking, obviously, when I say cold and stuff like that, because I feel like we are on the cusp of some peak TNA wrestling era.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, Victory Road was a lot of fun, but Turning Point sent it to a whole nother level. Now heading into 2005, I think, I'll say I have the similar feeling of like in, what was it? It's the end of 2002, where the whole sex storyline really kicked off right at the end of the year. And it was like, oh shit, we're about to start 2003 wicked good. And it picked up then, and they're kind of having that same kind of feeling here, ending with Turning Point, heading into 2005.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would use that as a comparison.
Well, I think it's a whole different time and everything. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
I was excited at the end of the year. I'm referencing the excitement at the end of the year from ending it strong to heading into another potentially strong year.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think right now it just feels like and I've said it before, that this is like WCW 97, but we're in 2004.
Right.
These guys that were old then or older now, and we're just kind of rehashing it. I mean, we're teasing DDP, Outsiders,
yeah,
which is what happened in 97, and like Raven and DDP, which happened in 98. So we're just kind of rehashing things that more popular in a more popular promotion.
And there's the rumors of DDP and Jeff Jarrett for the title, potentially. We've heard those rumors.
Is that for the January one?
Yeah, that was one of the rumored names and stuff, and we'll kind of talk more about that here today, but we've already seen Randy Savage, so yeah, I mean, we're definitely very WCW here. Johnny B. Bad's around, even though he's, probably a little earlier, because then he went into the WWF, of course. Hey, if you want to hear him come into the WWF, we covered that in IcoPod before we've taken our brief hiatus, so. What else? Dustin Rhodes is back, dude. That happened just last week. He's back. We acted as if he never left, but he's there again.
Well, he was acting like he had never been there.
Right. I think it's a little bit of both, yeah. It's
They're trying to say, oh, hey, we haven't seen Dustin Rhodes. And it's like, yeah, we did back in February. And he's already lost to Jarrett. So
right. And we're going to talk more about him too. I teased at the end of our last episode, I believe. We're going to talk about that promo he cut, or the one that you didn't see. But we'll talk about that here soon too. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting things going on, and I'm really excited to get to Final Resolution. It's going to be the theme. I'm going to say it every fucking month that I'm excited for the pay-per-view, because there's a lot of really exciting pay-per-views in 2005.
oh yeah, there is.
And a lot of really good, like, they're all first-time events, almost, right? There's obviously Victory Road and Turning Point, but besides that, we're getting, roughly 10 other first-time pay-per-views that end up sticking around for years and years. And then we're going to get some really great concept shows, potentially, that maybe some of my favorite things that, surrounded by steel and stuff. Yeah, there's just some really exciting stuff. I'm really excited to get to it.
Yeah, and if you thought there was a large amount of influx of talent in 2004, well, hold on to your suspenders, because it just gets even more influx of talent here in 2005 to a point where it's almost not even the same roster.
It's gonna be freaking nuts. I know in our 2003 year in review episode, I kind of wrote down everyone who made their debut. I don't know if I'm doing that for 2004. I don't know if I can. I might try, but I don't know. So no promises.
That's a lot of shows that you'd have to go back and look through.
Well, because the issue is the doubles. Like, we started doubling up for 3 months or whatever. So we'll see. I really would like to. It's just a matter of if I got time to do that, because it's gonna take a while. I got a couple already written down because they were ones I know I'll forget. And I was like, oh, maybe. See, the problem is I knew in January, Bob. I should have been writing them down as it happened, and I did not do it. I should have.
Yeah. Well, and it would only pertain to mainstays, not guys that enhancement dudes.
Oh no, I was gonna give you everyone who made their debut.
Everyone?
If they made their television debut, dude, I feel like they had to be at least mentioned. I can do mainstays. I think we can do the main guys, and we will discuss that. I think, regardless if I write it down or we just spitball. No, I wanted to be okay, who was seen on television for the first time, and but we'll see.
Yeah.
So yes, Lex Levette will be on there.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. Oh, okay, never mind. It's something later on that I'll have to bring it up, because I was looking him up the other day, and I was like, oh, I'm surprised that he's still there by a certain time frame. It's still being used. What the hell?
Okay. I'm excited about that.
Because I will never forget. Well, here's a little thing about Lex Levette, okay? And I can't believe that I'm spending time talking about Lex Levette. Not that he's a bad wrestler or anything. I really haven't seen much of his stuff, but I remember in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated, like I've said before, for some reason they focused a lot on NWA Florida, which would be IPW Hardcore or something. It'd be rebranded.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys like Lex Levette, Scoot Andrews, Mike Sullivan, Billy Fives, guys like that would get some focus. And Lex Levette, and he'd be in the PWI 500s and stuff like that. And I want to say that there's a few matches on YouTube with that company that I may have jotted down to potentially watch at some point.
Oh, wow.
And I want to watch these matches. Yeah, for instance, here's one. Coastal Championship Wrestling. Lex Levette against Mikey Batts. Summer Heat 2005. August 13th. So stuff like that. And he was on Jacked against Crash Holly for a 7-minute match in December 2001, which is weird. But yeah, Christopher Daniels and stuff here. So I want to watch these matches and see what maybe they saw in him that they would need to protect him in a match with Jarrell Clark or whatever to eventually push as a tag team with which was the right,
Yeah.
which was their plan. An idea at one point.
No, that's super interesting. That's a good thought.
Yeah, so there's like just a surprising amount of matches here. But,
yeah.
That I will sit here and say that I will watch and then proceed to then never watch.
You might eventually. Listen, in about 3 years, we might get that article on WrestlingRecaps.com. You know, one of the best online resources for wrestling reviews. But and it'll be like, what if Lex Levette joined the new church? And it'll be you like breaking down the matches. I know the plan.
I mean, that's not a horrible idea, and that's not against the, that's not out of the realm of possibilities here. But
right,
literally, as I continue to go through here, this is a remarkable amount of matches for Lex Levette that are available to watch. This is blowing my mind right now.
Only Bob looking out for the Lex Levette matches.
Lex Levette against Abyss, March 12th, 2005, NWA Florida.
Wow. Look at that.
It looks like there's about maybe 45 people in attendance, but you know what? It happened.
It did. Hey, one more thing before we get into what happened last week, and then we can kind of dive into these notes. Bob, you've been doing a cool little side project that I've been seeing posted when you've been translating or transcribing?
Transcribing, yeah.
Podcasts.
So recently I guess you could say I was hired on as a transcriber of some podcasts. I think they're all pretty much Conrad podcasts. So it's like Bischoff, Jarrett, Kurt Angle, and Bruce Pritchard are the main four that I'm focusing on. And so literally all I do, and I mean I listen to the podcast anyway at my shoot job, brother. And I'll time check interesting things as I'm working, pulling double duty. I'll come home and I'll transcribe it.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for to get paid to do anything wrestling related. So like that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean it's pretty easy work. Like it probably takes me, I don't know. Well, I gotta listen to the whole show, but the transcribing part probably takes me like 25, 30 minutes to complete it. I will say though, I tried to do a transcription of Jeff Jarrett talking about Dutch Mantel, and I'm not even kidding you. I tried. There was just nothing interesting to even make a post out of it.
Well, that's awesome.
But I tried. I listened to an hour and a half, and just the way that the podcast went wasn't indicative to like interesting stories. It was like, oh, here's a Dutchism, and they would just like ramble about a random quote that he said. And if you've seen the post, like Bruce Pritchard's a great podcast for tidbits and like I feel like
that's how he talks.
Yeah.
He talks in tidbits, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a quote machine.
Yes. Yeah.
And so he's easy. I got like 3 posts out of it because he has so much information. Kurt Angle is it's an hour podcast, but the way it's formatted, or at least that episode was formatted, was like easy to do. But I tried so hard with Dutch. And then I was just like, you know what? This is just a waste of my time. So I basically skipped it. Because I feel like the easiest ones or most interesting ones are when they like talk about a show.
And then have little things leading up into the show and stuff like that.
Backstage. When it's like a specific person,
right?
I think it's a little harder to get anything going there. But I mean, I think I'm gonna try to look out for other podcasts that don't get as much recognition either. Like I really want to do Rene Dupree's stuff because I think on those shows there's some interesting stories and quotes. But yeah, for 411mania.com is what I've been doing that for.
I was
a site,
gonna make you do the plug, so that's good that you just said it.
401mania.com, which is also a site where I originally started. One of the first places I posted my reviews outside of wrestling recaps. Larry Zonka, rest in peace. I remember emailing him, and he was like, "I love it," because I'm like a nerd and I have like, so much in-depth stuff. He's like, "This is perfect." So like back in like 2011, 2012, I would start posting there, but then eventually I just stuck with wrestling recaps. But now I'm doing transcriptions. Like I actually, after this podcast, I probably should do a transcription of Kurt Angle's latest episode where he talks about the last few months of 2007.
Wow. Well, Bob, you'll be glad to know I did in fact read one of them already. So just so you know, I am a supporter.
Really? You've read one?
I read was it a Jeff Jarrett one? It was about Abyss. I know Abyss was mentioned in it, and that's why I was
the Rinka King one.
Yes, because I want to listen to that episode, but I haven't yet. So I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Well, I'm glad to know that you've read one and 6 have been published, so that makes me feel like $1 million.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm probably not going to read Bruce Pritchard because I don't like him, and I don't like his podcast, and I feel like all he does is lie, so I don't like him. I'll read the Jarrett ones. I don't know. I'll read some of them. When you post them, I'm like, if it looks interesting, I'll read it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think I've only posted like 2 out of the 6.
Like, they get okay.
I forget when they get published. They've been published. I just forget when they get published. So it's Bischoff. Like I said, it's Bischoff, Jarrett, Pritchard, and Kurt. So far, that's my 4.
You start doing Foley, dude? You're gonna get some good shit.
Well, they already have somebody for Foley.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
I used Foley as my sample.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, "This is exactly what we want." Like,
oh, nice. Oh, they do all sorts of stuff on this. I don't know if I've really gone on this website too often.
Yeah, it's not just wrestling. And it's not just.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out. 401 Mania. It's good guys over there.
411 Mania.
Yep.
Good stuff. Cool. Okay, let's talk about good shit again. TNA wrestling. Specifically,
I should do a transcription of the Chris Harris interview. And put it on there.
Listen. We got some really good shit on it. I'm just saying.
We really did. I mean, not to toot our own.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't want to brag, but if you guys haven't listened to it, check out in the archive that interview with the Wildcat Chris Harris. Peak when you get ready, because in 2 weeks or whatever, in a week and a half, when we bring out our year in review, we're going to be putting that right on the top of the list. So, just saying it now. Okay, so we are on December 24th, 2004. However, last week, December 17th, 2004, we had some matches and some fun stuff going on. And Bob, you'll be glad to know we won't be talking for an hour and a half before the show like we did our previous episodes because of Turning Point. It's a little bit more trimmed down. And actually, next week's episode, Bob, has very, very little to talk about. So just a heads up. Yeah, it's just, I think the end of the year, it's just kind of, as far as newsworthy, I think we're slowing down. But on the show from last week, we saw the Naturals defeat Johnny B. Bad and Sonny Siaki in 4 minutes and 58 seconds. And I believe it got a little screwy, but Jeff Hardy defeated Bobby Roode and Scott D'Amore was ringside in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Dustin Rhodes, like we said, he made his return. He defeated Johnny Swinger 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And in the main event, after defeating AJ Styles the week prior in a shocking upset and a really weird finish that almost didn't make any sense, Hector Garza fought Jeff Jarrett, but unfortunately he was defeated in 12 minutes and 13 seconds. So Garza's getting that push there. 2 main events on Impact in a row. Pretty big.
Yeah. I think my buddy just sent me a picture of what is that convention thing you're going to.
Oh, he's there.
I think so. And it looks like there's signed WWF turnbuckles.
If you want me to pick something up for you, let me know.
Dallas.
Send me it. Text it to me and I'll look.
This is not good. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
If you want to come.
Yeah, Hector Garza getting a push.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry I got distracted there. He is. I fucking knew it. Yeah. So the Garza push, I think, is interesting. A little different. He beat AJ right before getting into Jarrett.
Right.
And then, I mean, him and Jarrett had a solid match. I feel like he should be outside of the
X division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
His style does work for the X division, but the size that he has, and I think you'd probably freshen up a little bit.
I think so.
It was also rushed though to get to Jarrett after like 2 weeks.
I know.
Well, I mean, the guitar shot and everything, kind of protected him, but
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what Dave's got to say about our last episode, and then we have some interesting notes, including I don't know how much more we're going to really hear about it, but we have some notes about Randy Savage, some Dustin Rhodes stuff, and some upcoming pay-per-view names that are we have official names. Yeah, there's some good stuff. So let's just dive right into this. So on the December 17th show, which, by the way, if you forgot, was taped December 7th, Garza faced Jarrett in that non-title match. Dave says, I can't even comprehend the booking. He says Garza first had the match won via DQ because of Hall and Nash interfered. Garza then begged the referee to not disqualify Jarrett for the interference because he wanted to win via pinfall. So, of course, as he goes to the top to do his tornado finisher, Jarrett hit him with a guitar shot and pinned him. Dave goes on to say, there's nothing worse than a babyface who's handed a win, turns it down, and then blows it. To make Garza seem special, the gimmick is that Mike Tenay does commentary in Garza matches with Moody Jack, who does the commentary in Spanish. It's a gimmick that dates back to Rhodes in Florida, where Barbara Clary, a bilingual announcer, used to go back and forth in promos and selling tickets in certain markets between English and Spanish. Now, on paper, it doesn't sound like a good idea, but after the first week of seeing it, Dave says he doesn't mind it at all. And I actually think it's kind of interesting, too. I didn't really hate it either. And I don't know what he's saying, of course, but I think it was kind of fun. Let me 1 second. The one other thing that I think is almost directly related to matches is that there are apparently plans for the Naturals against Johnny B. Bad and Sonny Siaki on the Final Resolution pay-per-view, stemming off the Naturals getting that screwjob win from our last episode of Impact. But we'll see if that ends up happening, because we have other stuff to talk about as far as that goes. Dave says that he was told Dustin Rhodes physically was in better shape than expected. The promotion has decided to pretend that he never worked in TNA before. Of course, he did a few shows. He says that several years back, but I don't think it was that long ago, including doing the job for Jarrett. But he looked bad, and so he wasn't brought back originally. And now regarding the Dustin Rhodes promo, okay, so on December 17th, the show. Now he wrote about it. I don't think I skipped it. I think there wasn't much that I. No, I don't think I have it written down here, because it says what he wrote about before, but I don't know if we covered that, or I don't remember even seeing it. But we're just going to kind of go into this knowing that we did. So he wrote up about this promo, and it ended up being considerably so unusable that it didn't air. And so that's what he was reporting. Now, that wasn't exactly true, because the promo was so bad, and Rhodes was being wrapped up by Jeremy Borash coming out and talking to the woman producing the segment. However, he didn't say that he's Dusty Rhodes' son of the booker, so that he could go as long as he wanted. So he never said that or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, Jeremy Borash just told the woman, who is new and used to how they do interviews on Nickelodeon, because Universal Studios, this all makes sense, to be more subtle when wrapping up performers up. Dusty didn't like the promo and made him shoot a new backstage promo. Apparently, they have a camera cut of Mike Tenay sitting back at the desk after the interview was over, and the look on his face was, quote, a classic moment. Rhodes kept losing his train of thought, and he would pause and say, Mike Tenay, while stalling to remember what he was supposed to say. It happened 8 or 9 times. So apparently it was just like a really bad, like, forgetful whatever promo. So they were like, no, we're doing the backstage interview, which I actually didn't think was bad. And he had a lot of... he was very passionate in that one, so it probably is for the better.
I wonder if after the match, your brain can just be going a million miles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you just worked a match, you had to remember some stuff, so you probably just forgot.
No,
what your
definitely.
goal was to cut afterwards.
I was thinking that too. Okay, let's talk about Randy Savage, Bob's favorite wrestler, and unfortunately, well, he's gone. So, a few we've talked to in the company shared the viewpoint on Savage we mentioned here, although it's more the problem of how the company handled it and not any defense of Savage. The belief is when you are talking with a guy like Savage at that level, you should lay out the entire program, get a contract signature and agreement before even starting the program. Savage should have never pinned Jarrett on the assumption that he would get the job back in a singles match without being agreed to. Another aspect not talked about is the long-standing lack of trust stemming from one of the most bitter promotional wars in history between the Poffo family and Jerry Jarrett. Even though they made peace when it was over and did business together, and in a sense, it was by Randy becoming a star in the Jarrett territory against Jerry Lawler that gave him exposure that led to WWF having interest in him. Dusty Rhodes and Jerry Jarrett both talked with Savage for 15 minutes on December 7th, so when the taping for the last show happened, to lay out the scenario of Savage losing at the pay-per-view, and Savage turned them down, and that was it. This all happened about 15-20 minutes before the taping started, which threw a monkey wrench into everything since Savage was booked all over the show. One of the funniest lines came from Bobby Heenan when someone noted to him that the Poffos don't trust the Jarretts, saying, "The Jarretts don't even trust the Jarretts." I thought that was a really funny quote. So really interesting. 15-20 minutes before the taping starts, Randy Savage is booked all over the show, and then he's like, "I'm done," and he leaves. That sucks.
So that would be the same one where Jarrett came out to the ring, right?
That's when he cut the promo, and he didn't mention anything about Randy Savage.
Right. So that was probably supposed to lead to some kind of confrontation.
Absolutely. Probably some backstage stuff, I'm sure. And
yeah.
Now, kind of talking about that final resolution main event, who's getting the Shadow title? Well, Dave says there was no clue as to who they'd go for the main event at Last Word. Now, at the tapings, there was an idea to call up Sting and try to use him as a stopgap. Dave says, but I think we've seen with Hall, Nash, and Savage all in their first match on pay-per-view in a year or years, and the number dropped. That no big stars are going to help the buy rate, and the idea has to be to tell your own stories and promote your own guys. Now, he says his feeling is that the number of buys will be the same whether it's Sting, Monty Brown, DDP, or AJ Styles on the spot. Now, he goes on to say that his gut feeling is that Dusty Rhodes will favor DDP because they are longtime friends, and it's the safe choice because Jarrett versus DDP will probably be good. Brown had a really good match on TV, but it's still more of a risk. But Brown had so much more future potential than Page just because he doesn't have the taint of a guy who was on top for dead WCW and died in WWE. Now, others are against Brown as champion because he's not ready. And all around, his promos are ready and his look is ready, but his ring skills aren't close. I disagree with that, for the record. I think that's bullshit. But Jarrett, who is more ready, has to lose because his time has passed, and Page is no answer because it feels like you're living in the past. Now, if Sting were to win the title and commit to working 3 to 4 straight pay-per-view shows and a few TVs, I'd go with him just for the short rub because Sting doesn't have the taint of WCW loser. Even though he was there, he doesn't have the taint, he says, or WWE loser on him. But since he's not going to make a commitment and he's not drawing a buy rate, putting him in the spot serves no purpose because the goal has to be to build for the future, not hotshot the present because they can't make money in the present.
Okay, how does DDP have WCW loser on him, but Sting doesn't?
I don't know. I think that's so silly.
That does not make any remote sense to me at all.
I feel like it's got to be because Sting was, well, that's not true either though. I don't know. It's just I don't get it.
The only thing I could think of is that, I mean, DDP and Sting for the last 2 years were not consistently there. Like DDP took a couple of different breaks. Sting would always take a break after 4 months at a time.
Right.
To go do a movie or just not be on TV because they used too many of his dates. So And arguably, at one point, you could say that DDP and Sting were like on the same level in terms of like popularity, and even maybe DDP was past Sting, like in '98, for a brief time.
Mm-hmm.
By '99, Sting had regained. He surpassed DDP. DDP had to turn heel, all this stuff, but
Right.
they were pretty close. So if you're gonna say that DDP has some loser WCW stink on him, then some of that could be probably contributed to also on Sting. DDP does have that, failed WWE run on him, I guess, too. But
I think that's probably the more stinker part of this than anything. But
yeah, the Monty Brown thing, that kind of drives me nuts because I don't think anybody would go into a Monty Brown match thinking that's going to be 4-star.
No, I don't think so.
Classic encounter or anything.
No, but I don't think he's like as bad as Dave Meltzer tries to say he is.
No, he's not. But you look at a guy like Goldberg in '98 when he won the title. He was not. He was probably far worse in the ring than what Monty Brown is right now. And at that point, WCW made like the most money, or made a lot of money during that run. So it seems like we're just kind of grasping at straws as to why Monty Brown wouldn't be ready.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think too. You want to build for the future. There you go. Big win for Monty Brown after, especially we're kind of working off of the loss he had already. I don't know. We could play with that. I think a little bit, but
I mean, I would rather like DDP and Jarrett would probably have the better match. I think that goes without saying. But what he was saying too is like, no matter who you put in that spot, it's not going to drive business. So if we're at that point in time right now, then why wouldn't you put it on Monty Brown? If you're at a point in time where it's like you're going to make the most money with DDP or whoever, AJ Styles, but if you put on Monty Brown, you're going to lose money. Then I guess you wouldn't do it. But if you think that at this point in time, no matter who's in that spot, why wouldn't you put it on a guy that hasn't been champion, freshen up your product, get the guy over for long-term installment? Because like 2 years from now, you can be like, Monty Brown, former world champion. Hey, remember he beat Jeff Jarrett, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we're just like, nah, let's keep it on Jarrett for 2 years.
Right. I don't know, man. I
don't get
even.
It.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
And you look and you listen to the crowd, and I understand it's Orlando, but even in Nashville, fans were positively reacting to Monty Brown. Why? Sometimes wrestling promoters just make it way too difficult. You listen to your fan base. If there is 10,000 fans that are like, hey man, put it on Monty Brown, and then you listen to the 40 people, they're like, nah, I want Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
I mean, you're not ever going to make money doing that.
Yeah. We're screwed, man. We're screwed. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. We'll be talking again very soon about the rumored lineup for Final Resolution. I don't think on this show, and I don't know if even next week, because I'm afraid it's going to potentially maybe give too much away, but we'll see what we're going to talk about it. But in other news, it seems to be official that Final Resolution is taking place in Orlando Studios, which shouldn't be a fucking surprise to anyone. But also, they have announced that on February 13th, the pay-per-view is officially called Against All Odds. And on March 13th, so just exactly 1 month later, we have another show, and that is Destination X. So we are getting official names out there. Pretty exciting. It's also being said, this is not about pay-per-views, but it's kind of funny, that TNA is doing a deal, apparently, where they will give $100 to anyone, then get a TNA shirt or poster on national TV and provide proof. So if you can get like a TNA sign on Raw, $100 to you. I think that's hilarious.
Their marketing plan.
I guess that's the marketing plan for now.
Yeah, it's so.
I know, isn't that funny?
That is pretty funny.
I know. I would totally try to do it, though.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
You're damn right. Now, we talked about that there's apparently no plans to use Trinity from this point forward because she has decided to be a stunt woman and probably make a lot more money. At least for one movie, because she missed the pay-per-view. Well, don't worry. They're still posting her columns on the TNA Knockouts website, which I tried to look up more information about this early TNA Knockouts website, and I could not find it. So, if anyone knows how I could check that out, let me know.
What was it?
It's just, they have a TNA Knockouts website in 2004.
It did?
She was posting columns on it, and I could not find anything. Isn't that crazy, though? TNA Knockouts, 2004. So
She
we're...
was posting columns on it.
But just think how crazy that is, because the Knockouts aren't here for years. And, like, we already have, like, essentially established what the women are going to be called here in 2004.
Right.
It's crazy to me. I only have one more thing, Bob, and then we're going to get right into the show. And my final note here, and honestly, I have two very small things during the show that aren't even really that, or no, three. Not very exciting stuff, but that's okay. Well, the TV show, Impact, on FSN, will officially be moving to the 4 p.m. slot on Fridays. That's right. Push back 1 hour. And now that will be starting on January 7th. And on January 8th, we'll start a weekly Saturday night at midnight replay. So we're getting a replay at midnight. Now, the company has also announced licensing deals with Liquid Blue to distribute T-shirts, which, for example, the Raven shirt that he just wore when he attacked DDP a few weeks ago is a Liquid Blue shirt. And they also are working with Toy Biz to release action figures in March. So all this stuff is starting to kind of come together. Pretty cool.
The 4 p.m. time slot is definitely something I remember for watching Impact.
I remember the midnight replay. Isn't that crazy?
Because the 3 o'clock I remember rushing home, but then I remember when it got pushed back. Because I want to say the one when I tried watching it, it wasn't on, and I was like, oh my god, it got canceled. And then on the TV guide thing, I saw it was at 4. I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to rush home anymore. I definitely remember the 4 o'clock switch.
Well, I don't know when I started watching still. I cannot figure this out, but I definitely remember the replay being a thing. Do I remember actually watching it midnight? I don't know if I do, but
I never watched it. I remember, like I said, when DDP made his debut, I remember watching that with my buddy Anthony in his basement. But that was still a 3 o'clock showing, so I remember when it got pushed back an hour. I definitely remember.
Good times, man.
Yeah. TNA Impact Friday afternoons.
What's better than coming home from school on a Friday
afternoon? If that doesn't tell you that we were virgins, I don't know what tells you.
Oh my god. On a Friday afternoon after school, yeah. And I
gotta go watch it back to 4.
Okay, how old was Bob in 2004?
15. Right?
Oh, it's about prime time. That's like your prime. You primed out at 15, right?
Dude, I didn't even get a girlfriend until I was 20.
That's okay.
I didn't even try. I wasn't even trying.
Because you're in your friend's basement with your TNA.
Yeah.
There's no time to try. There's no time.
No, there's no time.
No, absolutely not. Okay, man. Well, I'm ready as ever to get into this episode of Impact. Just 2 more here in 2004. It's really crazy to me that we're kind of wrapping this up. I'm hoping we get some heavy hitters here, but we'll see.
And just for the record, I was focusing on my schooling.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, wrestling was not a priority. I was focused on my schooling. I had to maintain my C+ average.
Yeah, so, wrestling's definitely not the focus, especially once wrestling recaps comes into play and the Bob is like, hey, listen, I don't want to finish this. I want to do wrestling recaps. Yeah.
I got to I gotta save my lunch money so I can buy bootleg VHS tapes off the internet.
The things you got to do as a kid. Hey, Mom, I want a yearbook. Just kidding. I
Just
actually want
kidding.
to buy. I actually want to buy bootlegs.
I gotta buy 20 VHS tapes and then borrow my buddy's yearbook for when you ask to see it.
I can just imagine you getting a box of 20 VHS tapes delivered to your house, and your mom being like, "Hey, Bob, what's that?" Nothing.
No, it was worse than that. It would get delivered to a P.O. box.
No, it did not.
Yeah, because my sister was a rebellion, so she would maybe potentially steal my dad's tips because he would deliver the Post Standard.
Oh.
So like come like the holiday season or whatever, like people would send cash through the mail.
Oh,
and
wow.
my sister may or may not have stolen those. So my dad was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to get a PO box because like I can't even trust my own daughter."
Oh, wow.
And then yeah, so like I'd have to wait for him to get home at like 5 or 6 o'clock, whatever.
And be like, "Hey, here's this box of fucking 20 tapes, Bob. What is this?"
I remember the first time he was like, "Bobby." I said, "What?" He said, "You got a package." I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, I know." And he was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "Wrestling tapes." And he's like, "How many is in there?" And I was like, 15. He was like, "How much did that cost you?" And I don't know, back then you could get a pretty good deal. So it was probably like 40, 50 bucks.
That's not bad.
And he was like, How are you paying for this? I was like, "I'm just saving." I was like, "Well, at the time my mom would give me like $5 for lunch. So then I just wouldn't eat lunch. I would just pocket
Holy
$5.
shit,
So, 2 weeks of saving my lunch money pretty much got me 15 tapes if I did it right."
dude.
So
That's
he was like
wild.
he was like, "What? Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Because I want wrestling tapes." I remember the first set of tapes I got included the King of the Ring 93. And my cousin Ben, who was fucking 8, right? I go to my grandparents' house. I have this box of tapes in the car. I'm talking to my cousin Ben. They're like, "Hey man, you know Hulk Hogan?" He's like, "Yeah." "Do you want to watch him wrestle?" He's like, "Yeah." Right. So I put the VHS tape. And again, this is what, 2005, 4. And it's all it's a VHS tape. It's grainy. It's whatever. And he
Right.
just looks at me and he goes, "How old is this?" He's like, "When is this from?" I'm like, 1993. And you would have thought it was like a national treasure. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." And then
Yeah, dude.
these guys are beating each other up and like whatever. And I was like, "Okay, well, we got to be quiet because we don't want Dad and Grandpa to see us watching wrestling on TV because they might not want us to do that." Mind you, the living room and like kitchen, there's like no wall. It's like they'll see the TV. Like they'll know like, whether we're quiet or loud. Like those. But
That's awesome.
yeah, that was good shit.
Good times. I like it.
Memories.
Yeah. Well, Bob, we're going to make some memories today. December 24th, 2004. Impact Wrestling on FSN. Not quite. We're at 3 p.m. still, guys. No replays. So this is your one and only time. It's the only time you can watch it. It is probably on Impact Plus. Is it in your own collection? Well, if you ordered VHS tapes like Bob back in 2000, well, by the time you got this, it's probably 2005, 2006.
I never did TV. I only got pay-per-views.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's definitely some psychos out there who did. Now, if you
I would get TVs when like DVDs became more popular.
That makes sense.
I didn't want to have 35 VHS tapes of like Nitro from 97.
Right. Now, if you do have this in your own personal collection, whatever you do not throw them into a dumpster if you're going to move to upset your friends. Don't do that. You should keep it, hang on to it, even if it can be digitalized. Just keep it. It's easy. You got the disc, you can just throw it in your PlayStation, whatever. Make your life easy. Fire that up. Open up Impact Plus. If you're an Impact insider like Bob is, you can probably watch it on there too.
I'm not.
Oh,
okay. I don't have it.
Okay. Well, that goes. I was gonna ask Bob for his login, so that sucks.
Were you really?
No, I definitely have thought about it though. I forgot. I was like, oh, I should ask him when I watch the shows.
I got rid of it because, well, I was paying like what, $2 or something like that. But like everything was like on the regular YouTube. And then I was like, I can't even watch Impact on this thing. And if I do, it's like on like a half-hour delay. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. No.
See, that'd still be nice for me. I have to find alternative methods to watch Impact because I have no way to watch it.
Well, we have Spectrum here as well, so I can like tune in. But you know what? I am currently boycotting because Bully Ray is in the main event, and I don't want to support it.
Okay, listen. We don't need to talk about it really a lot right now. It's been pretty I hate it. I hate that I'm even saying it.
I've seen clips of it. It does look pretty intriguing.
I hate that I have to even say it, but like, dude, at the end of the last Impact Insider show or something, I was like, I got hooked. I was like, fucking A, they did it.
I'm waiting for him to like threaten to pile drive the kid or something.
Well, he did the wife already, so it's
kind of... That's what I'm saying. Like, the kid's next.
And now him and D'Amore guy. Okay, anyway.
I know, I saw that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Come on, you hired me. It's like,
now my issue.
Fire him, dude.
My issue will be when he wins. That's my issue.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna watch the December 20th.
Yeah. Let's get into some good shit.
2004 edition. If we're gonna complain about booking decisions, we might as well talk about something that happened 18 years ago.
That's right.
So I'm gonna count down from 3. When I say play, that's when you're gonna hit the play button. Dallas already told you how you can watch it. Runtime is approximately 49:24. So whether it's on Impact Plus or wherever else, I don't know, but that's what it is for us. So here we go. 3, 2, play.
This is TNA. I feel like this intro is going to be on here forever, and I like it, but it is funny how we start every single week with it. Now we're getting some highlights. Here's Garza pinning Styles with that weird thing. Then, oh, look, he knocked the referee out when he's fighting Jarrett. So we're getting the Garza flashbacks here. But don't worry. Andrew Thomas said, no, you can't use the guitar. And then here comes Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Speaking of Kevin Nash, he recently got Click This to 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, I saw that. I actually have not listened to that, and I hear it's really good.
I listened to a clip of it where he talked about an indie wrestler named Bo James, because it was like some Republican wrestler guy.
Oh, I think I know who you might be talking about.
It's actually pretty funny.
Okay.
He was like, I thought Bo James was going to be like John Cena, but it's like this guy. It's like a regular dude.
That's awesome. Well, I also really like Sean Oliver.
Sean Oliver is very good. I liked kayfabe commentaries, dude, very much.
It's like he's got some really good stuff. Okay, we're going to our official intro now. 1 minute 15 in. Let's see. Do they still have the same shitty song? Dude, 2005 has got to be when they get a new song, so I can change our intro finally. Yeah, it's still the same garbage.
You don't think they don't change it until they go to a bigger network, do you?
No. Our intro just sounds so much better. I just don't want to change it yet because this is lame. This is so generic. I don't know if I could find it.
I wonder. I'm wondering if it is. Oh, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty's getting the camera. The weird pan, like sideways. I didn't like that. Oh, there's the t-shirt guy or towel guy. What do we call him? I don't know. Towel guy. Yes, we are running out of money potentially, but here's a shit ton of pyro. And here's even more.
It's like 200 grand worth of pyro.
And yes, there's people in the ring while the fucking pyro's exploding above it.
It looks like a female.
I did see a woman in the ring as well, yeah. There's the Jeff Hardy fans. Oh, wait, there is. Who's that?
Who's that? Is that Tracy? That's Tracy.
Oh, yes, his new assistant, remember?
Yeah.
Secretary, excuse me. She bent over in the truck and he was looking back at her like...
That's not a sexual harassment case at all.
No. Okay, so here we go. Dusty kicking us off. Spoke last week about the most exciting announcement. Talking about, remember, a phone call for the main event, I believe.
Yeah.
He's going over the contracts.
Is he about to announce the challenger for Jarrett?
I think so. Jeff Jarrett has a surprise coming for him. And then Jarrett's music hit, so we're never going to know.
Dusty don't care. He's just going to talk over the music.
He literally just kept going. He
promo.
will. Well, here he comes. King of the Mountain. Oh. And the Kings of Wrestling are with him. Scott Hall wearing the whole jumpsuit again, and Kevin Nash just has a tank top and jeans on.
I hate the Elvis thing.
No, dude. Scott Hall looks fucking wicked good in that outfit.
And of course, it's like the outsider's drip.
That's what I mean. I love it.
I don't like the look. Just tell him to shut up.
He goes, you may be the director of authority, but I am your NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
And then Dusty's like, okay.
He goes, you're going to tell me what I want to know when I want to know it. I'm going to tell you right now what's going on. He keeps cutting him off, but he goes, final resolution. You'll defend the title. Wait, he's gonna fight early in the night. Okay, so there's gonna be a match earlier in the show to meet Jarrett later in the show for the title.
Like an elimination match, it sounds like. Yeah.
Oh, bringing out the first guy. Yeah, the alpha male.
What the hell? He's a yellow
turtleneck in Orlando. Now listen, I know it's December, but come on. But does he look good in yellow or what?
Fucking bag. It's the biggest. It's so big on him. No.
He's like, look, I beat the alpha male once. You want me to do it again? Dude, it's got to be Hector Garza, right? Hector Garza's got to be involved.
Oh, maybe.
Wait, hold on. Let's guess. Hector Garza. I don't think it's gonna be DDP.
Hardy.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Oh, DDP.
Okay,
it gotta be Hardy then, right?
Hardy. Okay, my problem right now already. What about this Raven Erik Watts DDP storyline? Are we just?
Oh yeah.
He's coming through the crowd, by the way. Deck the Hog. Is that like a Hog Wild shirt? No, it's just.
He does love his Christmas.
He said he might have saved the best for last.
Abyss, maybe? No, it's got to be another phase. It's got to be Hardy.
Hardy. It's got to be Hardy.
Randy Savage.
I think I have an idea.
Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, it's Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Uh-oh.
Why does Kevin Nash kind of look like he's surprised, but he had to have known? Look at, oh yeah, he's like, what? Wow,
well,
dude.
how would he know? Dusty just made it up.
Well, because he said the contracts, I thought. He had the contracts all good. So we have...
Well, yeah, he might have made the contract. But
I see what you mean. And we're into a final resolution thing. Okay, so DDP versus Kevin Nash versus Monty Brown. Probably one of the opening matches of Final Resolution. Later on in the night, faces off against Jeff Jarrett.
So that would be... So it's a... Judging by what Dusty said, it's a triple threat elimination match. So it'll be 2 eliminations.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. If this isn't the potential booking of Monty Brown winning an elimination match and then beating Jeff Jarrett for the title, I don't know what could possibly be the direction here.
Tag Team of the Year nominees, dude. Michael Shane and Kazarian.
How do we feel about? I mean, this could potentially lead to dissension.
Real life crew. Well, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, but again, like a month in.
Well, that's kind of my problem with it, I think. Your Connection, The Natural. Sorry, I'm just seeing who they are saying are the best tag teams of the year.
They've done this before, though. We know.
Oh, this one we already did?
Yeah.
Oh,
because we were like the New York Connection. They just came
out. Yeah. No, you're right. Oh yeah, Triple X and they're not.
And they broken up. It's like, okay.
Okay, so yeah, dissension between the Kings of Wrestling is really interesting since it's so new. And to me, if anything, you'd want like just the outsiders to split separately and kind of just stick with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And like then Jarrett just goes by himself again. Because why would you want to split up the outsiders? That just seems silly to me.
Well, I don't think that is alluding to the outsiders splitting up.
Well, yeah, but what I'm getting at is, what if Scott Hall's like, well, I want to stick with Jarrett? You know, it just that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, who do we got here?
Well, that's Cassidy O'Reilly.
Oh, I thought it was Cassidy O'Reilly.
Brandon Thomas, who's wearing basically Dean Malenko tights.
Yeah, dude. Look at the hot shot gear with the fire on the crotch.
Yep.
Not stuffed, for the record. I'm just pointing it out, okay? Just saying. And here comes the 3 Life Crew. Is that Conan back? Conan is back.
Conan is back. Cassidy Riley, we haven't seen Cassidy since the August 26th taping, which was the 13th edition of Impact, and that aired on the 27th of August.
Wow.
And in case if you're wondering what he's been up to, he's been wrestling for USA Championship Wrestling in Nashville, Tennessee for the last several months.
Do you laugh? Cool.
He's also been on. He was also on Explosion, which I'm sure you've mentioned recently, where he lost to Sanjay Dutt.
Right, and I've also was just about to mention too, as a reminder, there's no Explosion notes for quite some time. Where my dog's at? What I did forget to say, Bob, is how many people do you think are in attendance at this taping?
I'm gonna say 650.
Well, you are going to be shocked because there is 850 completely. Well, they say sell out, but of course it's free.
It's a free sellout.
So we're full. Do have crew doing their microphone thing.
Tag Team Champions, not you, but the 3 Live Crew.
I like that little saying.
E.G. James, hasn't evolved his character at all. He just uses a different catchphrase for a new tag team. The same catchphrase, just with different words.
Hey, man, if it makes you money, remember, he is...
he knows what it takes to get over.
He's a better sports entertainer and probably is better than Bret Hart. In case we've missed that quote on the internet.
Right. He drew more money. People watched.
He's a better sports entertainer. So... yeah, that happened. He's so good that he kept crying that AEW wouldn't hire him until the point that Triple H eventually just brought him back to WWE to probably shut him up a little bit.
Probably.
He produced one Impact pay-per-view and then he left. By the way,
AEW product so much, and then he gets hired by WWE and trashes AEW again.
Yeah, Ron Killings and BG are the two guys. So Conan's not wrestling; he's just ringside for this. But they just double teamed Cassidy O'Reilly, whose hair is a little bit longer than normal, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, definitely is longer.
We're seeing the announcement officially at the bottom of the screen with the Eliminator match.
Does he have a lower?
Wait. P. Williams defends the X Division Championship in an Ultimate X match. So that's official. We heard the rumors last week, I think, but it's official. It says at the bottom of the screen. They haven't said it on air yet. Okay, so far, Ultimate X in a 3-way elimination match and a championship match. That's what we got for Final Resolution. Special holiday schedule, too, Bob. Impact is airing next week on Tuesday, January 4th. So technically we're done, but I do believe that it's still kind of a 2004 episode.
Well, we'll have to see and make sure it's not a recap show.
We do need to look at that. I do not believe it is, because on Cage Max is listed as January 31st. So I'm still saying December. Sorry, I was when I was reading the thing, December 31st, and we'll have to look, but I don't think it's a recap show.
Double close on BG James. I don't know who this Brandon Thomas guy is. I don't think I've ever seen him before.
No, I don't know if I've ever heard that name or anything either, but
let's see what he's known for. All right, he's from the United Kingdom. Let's see. Yeah, he's wrestled as recently as 2020.
Oh, wow. Casey O'Reilly, after Power Slam, Ron Killing's hit on Brandon Thomas, Casey O'Reilly's going after him. And then, of course, that corkscrew, like, forearm spinning attack thing. Is he setting up for the axe kick?
He's a UK guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He's hitting that double underhook, split-legged pedigree thing.
1, 2, 3. Got it.
As a 3. That is, I don't think that's the truth or consequences, but he hasn't really.
No,
that's the front suplex one, right? When he. Okay, well, 3 Life Crew wins. Conan back, no longer injured. They will be a part of Final Resolution, they're saying. Oh, look at this. Erik Watts running into DDP backstage. He bumped right into him. Wait, what? Back up. I'm not going to back up. There's no space to go, boy. Hail the King, another title shot. DDP says you wouldn't understand things like this because you've never had a title shot. I don't think that's true. Didn't he fight Jarrett for the NWA title?
What?
Yeah, didn't he in the Next Generation storyline or no?
No, I don't think that was ever a title match.
Oh, okay. I speak too soon. Hey, Raven just came out of the wall. Man, he's just disrespecting you, Erik. He's treating you like a worthless piece of scum. I'll take care of it, bro.
He's using Russo lingo. Bro.
Raven trying to stir the pot once again. And we're going back to the impact zone. Oh, shit, Bob. We haven't seen this guy in quite some time.
David Young.
It's the return of David Young.
Getting an entrance, too.
Now, remember, David Young, I believe, wasn't he either, like, fired or, like, quit or something? Isn't that from a match that if they lost, they had to leave? Like him and Gilberti or something?
Well, that happened. A loser gets, okay. There was a loser gets fired match back on August 11th, 2004, which David Young won and Gilberti got fired.
Okay.
Which is interesting because we've seen Gilberti more recently than David Young.
Right.
We haven't seen David Young since that match. Now, he was on Explosion back in September, where he teamed up with Lex Levette, losing to Jarrell Clark and Mikey Batts.
Now, they are mentioning a commentary about his losing streak and stuff, so we're not ignoring his past here, right, which is good.
According to Cage Match, he was only working for GCW in Georgia. Of note, back in October 14th, David Young teamed up with Sonny Siaki as they are the GCW Tag Team Champions, and they defeated the team of AJ Steele and Damian Steele in Columbus, Georgia.
Wow.
So that's it for anything of note for David Young recently.
Big splash in the corner by Abyss. There's the announcement of being in Orlando, Final Resolution. They're at the bottom of the screen.
Let's see here.
Oh shit! Black hole slam. That's got to be it.
Yeah.
About 45 seconds.
Abyss on December 18th defeated Scott Cardinal for NWA Upstate at Christmas Chaos 2004 in Webster, New York.
Fancy.
That's kind of near us.
Oh, we're going in the pit with Roddy Piper when we come back, Bob.
Can't wait. My favorite. Roddy Piper talking.
We're going over the best finishing maneuver, so I'm going to give you a quick note, Bob. The book Grappling Glory, which details Minnesota wrestling, has a profile on Jeremy Borash. This is from Alvarez. He was told, quote, a lot of it is word from word for word from the bio that Borash posted on imdb.com, which is funny. Anyway, Borash had a few great quotes. He said regarding TNA, quote, "We offer a lot less of the cheesy storylines in WWE, so we are not nearly as insulting to the fans." He also said, quote, "Our approach is more serious and much more athletically based in WWE as well." And then my favorite quote here, he says, "Despite the fact that we currently have a poor time slot, it is the single highest rated program on the entire network, even beating the likes of the best damn sports show period in the ratings." So, he's covering his bases there as he's a company guy, if you will. Jarrett also taped an appearance this past week on the WB show Blue Collar TV. So Jeff Jarrett will be on that, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's the Jeff Foxworthy thing.
Oh, I think I do know what that is then. I just thought it was funny that he's like randomly on a show, but we're just seeing a year.
Redneck if you're, that type of stuff.
Okay, we're back, but now we're seeing the Hector Garza highlight package. I only have one other note, Bob. So
yeah,
I'm just waiting. I'm gonna wait to. Just like another match, maybe after this Piper's Pit thing potentially.
Speaking of a TNA alum, have you watched the Teddy Hart documentary at all?
No, but I'm dying to watch it.
Because I did watch it, and I've seen that now wrestling promotions are booking him, and they're saying as seen on Peacock.
Oh no!
But the context of that is incredible because he may or may not be involved with the disappearance of a woman. So why would you use that as a promotional tactic of, hey man, this guy could be potentially involved in the disappearance and maybe alleged murder of a woman in Florida?
That's so crazy.
So watch him wrestle. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Roddy Piper is in the Impact Zone. I don't know why, Bob, but I thought this was going to be just like a video thing. I did not think he was actually going to be here in the Impact Zone.
In the pit, dude. You gotta be live.
We had the Tales from the Pit.
Tales from the Pit?
We have a band in the ring. Are they about to play Hector Garza? Is it like a mariachi band? Yes, it is. Jesus. Hey, they got rid of that shitty carpet that always gets fucked up.
Yeah, they did. Are they gonna do this, but then it's gonna be somebody else that comes, like Kazarian or something, to mock him or something?
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, he's saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Of course, this is being taped on the 21st. I guess it's close enough.
That's 4 days.
He's telling the band to play Christmas music.
That woman looks very confused.
Look at him. What is he doing?
I don't even know.
She looks very concerned for her well-being.
Yeah.
Look at her. He just looked at his hand.
Oh my God, he did.
Hector, and then he looked down at his hand and said, Garza, Hector Garza. I didn't like that. It was so fucking obvious.
That was so obvious.
You can't even remember the guy's name. How are you going to do a segment with him?
It's Hector. It's just Hector Garza. That's going to be Moody Jack, right?
That's Moody Jack, yeah.
This guy,
Hector Garza needs to grow his facial hair back out ASAP, please.
Yeah, he is getting absolutely zero reaction from this crowd.
He's dancing.
Yeah,
and Moody Jack's in the ring, too.
Did I tell you to stop? And now they're gonna play the whole time?
And then he just, okay, that's enough. Jesus Christ. If you guys are following along at home, by the way, we're 22 minutes and 27 seconds into the show. Pretty close to the halfway point, if not there already.
Feliz Navidad. Okay.
Jesus Christ. He goes, ask the man this, dude. I need a translator. This is cringy as fuck already, dude.
Yeah. No, this is not good.
This is like Piper trying to be like edgy
Mhm.
and being like, I don't know how to talk to the Mexican star, so he's about to insult him that he didn't know what he said because he's speaking Spanish right now. Watch. Moody Jack goes, I think that was very clear. He wants the belt.
I think that's very clear that he wants the belt, but we have no idea. Like, if you don't know Spanish, you don't know.
Piper goes, that's all he said, right? Let's see. Ask him who he has to beat for the belt. A Jeff Jarrett. But he had a chance to beat Jeff Jarrett.
That's true.
How do you say in Mexican he just said? Jesus Christ. This is not aging well. This is not good.
No.
I don't like this segment at all.
No. If this is supposed to get Hector Garza over, it's not.
No, this is not. This is not giving him any sort of good rub.
No.
He's saying Jeff, so he's definitely calling out Jeff Jarrett. Moody Jack says it was a great match, but unfortunately Scott Hall ruined it all. The Kings of Wrestling. He's talking about Jeff Jarrett, and then
That sounds like Scott Hall's music.
oh, it's Kevin Nash's music.
That's
man.
Kevin Nash's music.
Oh, but don't you worry, Scott Hall's coming out too.
They're both.
You name a better look for Scott Hall than this fucking awesome outfit. You know another reason why I think I like it so much, Bob, is because Scott Hall in his later years here, doing appearances, has a jacket that looks just like that with the drips, shiny. Like when I met him at Northeast Wrestling and stuff. And I love that. I love the jacket, so I think that's kind of why I also love this whole jumpsuit he's got on.
Yeah, it's absolutely like the same idea with that jacket.
Scott Hall saying, "Hey Hector, if you're looking for Scott Hall, we pushed him. You found him." And if you want some of me, Chico, don't sing it. Bring it. Okay, this is making me want to watch like Nitro so fucking bad right now, dude.
Why?
Because just Scott Hall and Kevin Nash just like bullshitting in the ring. I just want to watch Nitro. Except I'm behind. I gotta catch up because we recently dropped a new bonus episode of IcoPod after like 6 months. Wait, he gave a guitar. Oh my god, Bob. He just tried to smash the guitar on Scott Hall and it didn't break because he hit him with the side of it.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
That's gotta feel good.
Nice drop kick to Kevin Nash. Dude, Kevin Nash, he don't give a shit. He will bump for anyone. Look, he's making him get up again. He's going to try to smash the guitar again. There we go.
Oh.
Look at the glasses. Wow, dude, that first shot was fucking bad.
Yeah.
It bounced right off his head, and I can't believe he's not busted hard way from it, to be honest. It hit him that hard.
Okay, so like him taking out Hall like this, I guess, is good. But there was no reason for that promo, with Piper. That did nothing for him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because they needed to like have someone kind of I don't want to say direct, but like
lead the charge there.
Lead the questions, because like I guess why is Moody Jack going to interview him? But I feel like they could have done something else. If that was like with Mike Tenay and Moody Jack, would have been way better, I think.
Yeah, Piper just kind of
put a damper on that one for me.
Yeah, he kind of like derailed it.
Because I like the end part. Like I enjoyed the Scott Hall Kevin Nash kind of coming out and like essentially challenging him. It makes sense. Yeah. But another year into Ward's video here, Bob. Okay, I'm sick of waiting because we just need something to talk about. I have my last note here is that TNA has allowed AJ Styles to work the February 25th Ring of Honor show in Dayton for a singles match with Jimmy Rave, and they're billing it as a one-time appearance for Styles. And if you guys have been following along, we we don't need to dive deep into it, but we know that TNA has essentially pulled all talent from working Ring of Honor shows due to the Rob Feinstein allegations, and it's just keeps going.
Yeah, and I will say that it does not end up being a one-off.
There we go. Does that match happen?
Yeah.
There we go.
It leads into and I'm sure I'll mention it in the months to come, but it leads to a substantial feud with Jimmy.
There we go. Okay, we're back. We're with Shane Douglas. He's with Petey Williams and Scott D'Amore, talking about the Ultimate X. The only problem is, pal, you don't even know your opponents. He's one of the most dominating and longest X Division champions of all time. Okay, enough about the future. Oh, Team Canada versus America's Most Wanted tonight. Oh, if AMW wins, they get a tag team title shot at Final Resolution. So, got a lot going on here. What justification is there for an Ultimate X? None.
You are kind of burning that gimmick. It's probably too early to do it again.
If they didn't do it on the fucking Best Damn Sports Show thing, I think we'd be fine, but...
Oh, yeah.
Let's get
You're
back
more
to the
saying
action.
that AMW is not going to win tonight, and then there'll be no challengers for the pay-per-view. Most markets will be on Tuesday. So...
No, I'm still going to release it on December 31st and say it's the final 2004 show. It was taped in 2004, so fuck it.
Right, but then if they were to have skipped a week...
They don't skip it, though. It
But
just airs. It just airs later.
Okay, so you're saying it'd be so that would be Tuesday and then Friday then. They'd probably have to do it in a span of 4 days.
Yes.
Okay.
We got Johnny Devine out here, and it looks like he's going to be facing the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Yeah, because I mean, he even says in most markets, so it still does air.
Yes. So.
On the 31st. Every day is my life.
They're really hyping up Ultimate X here, which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess you have to.
And now, for reference, the one that happens after so we have this week, we have next week, then it begins. They start taping in 2005. So I'm no matter what, I'm saying the other one, 2004. It's the final one. Most markets, like Bob said. So we have one more. It's going to release on Saturday, still our normal time, and we'll go from there. And actually, our year in review is probably going to. I realistically think it's going to come out maybe that Monday. So our next episode will be next Saturday, and then maybe our year in review will release the Monday following.
That makes sense. Styles with a arm drag to start off here. Snap here. And a kick to the upper back. Whoa, big clothesline to the floor.
I'm not going to be surprised, though, Bob. So we're talking about it being a potential recap show. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a couple matches and then a lot of like highlights of the year. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it will be probably heavy on like a year review.
I think so. I'm going to... Oh, look at this. I think that's supposed to be more of a hurricane around him, but that's okay. He still kind of did it like an arm drag.
Was that, or did I like missee that? I thought it was more like a head scissor.
Well, that's same idea. You know what I meant, but he kind of got it around his arm though. Whoa,
Oh, nice reverse DDT out of the corner there by
I kind
Devine.
of like that. That was nice. I
Yeah,
think this
'cause,
is
like,
Johnny. This is Johnny Devine's first Impact match back since injury.
Yeah. That
We-
reverse DDT though, that was out of like trying to like um leapfrog over out of the corner.
Yeah,
He was back to AJ, so he had to go over and then did the reverse DDT. So that was a nice transition there. Non-titled W and Team Canada tonight.
He's choking him with his foot in the corner. Now D'Amore. Oh, he stopped really quick. Oh shit.
Oh, nice.
That's why.
Nice leg drop on the apron there. As if maybe Johnny Devine's been watching some Jerry Lynn tapes. Snap suplex. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.
Oh.
Surfboard.
Ooh.
Back.
No. Now remember, Team Canada said the only title they're missing is the NWA title. That leaves Johnny Devine. So if he beats AJ Styles right here, they should probably put him in the elimination match so he can beat Kevin Nash, DDP, and Monty Brown to then fight Jarrett at Final Resolution. And then Team Canada will have all the gold, sucker.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the approach here, I would just have Devine and Young be the champions and have Rude go for it.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Oh, nice fucking move there again by Devine.
Devine is killing it here.
It was like an over the shoulder turned into a spinning DDT for a 2 count.
But just a 2 count.
Devine is kind of like, with the way he's like doing some innovative offense here, he's kind of giving me Canyon vibes.
Yeah, I can see that.
And slowly going to the top rope here, probably for a moonsault, but he's taking his sweet time, and that's going to mean that he.
Nice moonsault, but yeah, he missed it. Off the rope style, big clothesline. Back body drop. Oh, kick to the midsection. Enziguri. Devine down in the corner. Says it's screw you. Takes him out of the corner. Puts him against the rope. Oh no, he gets a right hand to the face. Styles, Irish whip, comes back. Ducks the clothesline by Devine. Springboard moonsault. Oh! DDT.
You know, the fact that he was able to get there.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna.
He was super far away. That was good work by both men. Devine did like somehow get in position there and AJ to execute it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. About to lay some punches in the corner. 1, 2,
2,
3.
3, 4.
Oh, he gets stopped at 4 though, and
dropped him over the top rope. The more he yells at him, "How did you get punk?" I don't know if he said punk, but close enough. Oh. Kicks in the midsection. Devine. And pretty. No, is he going to go for a vertebreaker?
oh shit. Oh, he's stretching him.
He's got him hooked up. He's not going to drop down.
Oh.
Styles counters. Standing Hurricane Rana.
Whoa,
rolls
whoa,
over.
whoa.
What in the world? Styles Clash, and he hits it. That was good. I thought that was a very good TV match.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Johnny Devine really, I mean, I never thought Devine was bad, but that was a good TV match. Well done. Devine with some very good innovative offense. Cash and Dustin Rhodes here.
Hey, I'm Kid Cash. Nice seeing you around. It's 4 months ago. Yeah, I called him out. He didn't do too bad. Who's he talking about? I missed it.
Dusty?
Oh, he said, yeah, he looked a little fat, and then he just patted Dustin on the stomach. He just did a Gold Dust thing, like he just did a movie quote.
Come on, Dusty.
Throwback Gold Dust too. Not.
Yeah, but he broke the fourth wall by looking at the camera.
I know. The disrespect toward the Rhodes family.
Did Cash get spanked by Dusty? I know AJ did when he was a heel.
Ooh, I don't remember.
Oh my God. Wasn't it Cash where Dusty put his boots on the ground and he was talking to the boots, being like, this is Cash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, he did.
That was a good promo. Really get on your level there, Kid Cash, baby. How was it down there?
Team Canada on the way to the ring. Main event time, Bob. McMahon fears the Canadian Destroyer. Okay. It'd be fun to see Vince McMahon take one, but...
Take what?
The Canadian Destroyer.
That would never happen.
You never know. Dude, he takes the stunner all the time.
Yeah, horribly.
The last one was the best one.
Vince McMahon, if he were to have taken a Styles Clash, he would break his neck.
Probably. Here come America's Most Wanted. They got pyro. They got it all. Looking great after winning that Turning Point cage match. And Harris goes, I got our trophy here. He's got the handcuffs. We're at 40 minutes, 24 seconds, or if you're Bob, we have 8 minutes, 56 seconds left in the show. Team Canada versus America's Most Wanted. Right here, the main event of Impact. It's Christmas Eve. It's the holiday season. Bob's going to log off, and we're going to watch Nitro.
I wish.
After I go buy things I don't need. Like turnbuckles that Bob's getting pictures of.
They might have already sold out.
Well, I don't know. You didn't send me the picture, so I can't even see it.
Well, this is a WWF turnbuckles of the Nasty Boys, Ricky Steamboat, and Bob Orton.
Oh, I wouldn't buy that anyway, then.
I wouldn't buy neither. It was for $100 too.
How much?
$100 each.
Oh, they're like each one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't buy that. I ain't even going to lie to you guys. It's a TNA show. I'll just tell you. I'm going to look for TNA figures. That's what I'm going for. Because there was one of these a few months ago, or probably a year at this point, where I saw a picture and I saw Impact figures, and I was like, okay, I got to start going to these. Yeah. Eric Young and James Storm starting us out, by the way. Moving real fast, up and over. Throwing James Storm out. He's going to skin the cat, though. He's going to get back in the ring, I think. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Eric going for that baseball slide, but he missed.
The time limit here is a 15-minute time limit for the.
Ooh, great point there, Bob.
Uh-oh. Rue got caught. Gets thrown into Eric Young. All right, going to commercial break here. About 7 minutes left in the show. We're going to get another final resolution ad. So when we went to commercial, I think the time limit was around 13 minutes or just under 13. How much time do you think will be left in the match, the time limit, when we come back from break? I'm going to say 8.
You're probably right about that. Okay. I was going to maybe say like 9. I'm going to say 10 for funsies. Oh, 10:46.
10:45, yeah, 10:46, yeah.
Yeah.
So not really much time, like 2 minutes, I guess, was cut out of it.
Not bad, really.
Yeah. 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the program. So
Spoiler, we're not going to a time limit draw.
Right.
Bobby Roode has a chin lock on James Storm. Yes. And he broke out of it now.
That's Storm, yeah.
I just wish like maybe one of them would wear a different color elbow pad.
Yeah.
The thing is that they do look different, but like when it's zoomed out and the footage is not like crystal clear, it's sometimes it's hard to tell. And the hair's in the face.
So here's the thing: if AMW were to win here, I would imagine they would then lose on pay-per-view, right?
I mean, probably realistically.
So, like, would you have the tag titles change hands on 3 consecutive pay-per-views?
I mean,
I don't know if I would. Oh, Storm going for it, and he hits a double DDT, countering a double backdrop attempt. Get the hot tag to Chris Harris. Wildcat, he's on the apron. He's excited. And there's the tag. Go get him, Chris. Hammering away. Cleaning house. Left hands. The referee, though, Rudy Charles, he didn't see the tag. But if it was the heels, he'd be like, you know what? I believe you. But if it's the baby faces, no.
that son of a bitch.
Scott D'Amore. And to think that Scott D'Amore is like the vice president of Impact Wrestling, he was allowing cheating 18 years ago.
What garbage, man.
They don't do background checks on these guys. Rudy Charles has the worst looking mustache.
I just noticed that too.
What was that? That's funny.
Why did we just cut to the crowd during that? That was a silly cut.
There must have been a botch.
I don't know, dude. I think that was just weird. Oh shit! Storm nearly got the tag, but Bobby Roode tripped him essentially. Enzuigiri knocking Bobby Roode down. Is he gonna get the hot tag? Harris with the hot tag. Let's go.
Storm's trying to get there. Harris is ready. Is Rudy Charles
Come
with
on.
his mustache paying attention this time? And Eric Young cuts him off, only to get up kicked.
There we go.
Rudy Charles allowing it.
Here comes the Wildcat. Couple of last Irish whip back body drop to Eric Young. Goes right after Bobby Roode. Counters the Irish whip this time, though. Comes back.
Nice leaping clothesline. A left arm lariat, Tanay likes to call it. That running power slam to Young by Harris, and that's going to get him a 1, 2.
Oh, he got up, and Bobby Roode went for the elbow, but he hit Eric Young because Storm saw it coming.
Harris.
Sorry, Harris. See? And I know it's Harris in the ring. This is my problem here.
Well,
now Storm's in the ring.
Storm gets a tag. Roode with a full Nelson slam to Harris. But Storm is there. And
Super kick. Nice super kick. And another one for Eric Young, potentially. Let's see.
Young's taking way too long. Storm's going to get pissed. Dude, hurry up. Just turn around. And
got it.
Inside cradle. No. What? No. Storm is on top. D'Amore switches it.
Storm's shoulders are not down, though. But look, wait, what's happening?
Now they are. Wait, now Harris is just rolling it back over.
That son of a bitch.
1, 2.
What?
Storm.
That was the longest small package ever.
That's what I was just thinking.
But Harris rolled them back, and Eric Young got pinned by James Storm.
Okay. So AMW basically had a cheat there to win.
What happened? Okay, so America's Most Wanted versus Team Canada. It's official for final resolution, Bob.
Team Canada's got to win that. But I'm sure AMW will win, and that's probably how we're going to get to the outsiders. Right? And it's got to be what we're going for.
How do you not have that match? So that's kind of, I agree with that.
And I know it was reported that like they were promised to beat the Outsiders, but I can't wait for when they show up and they're like, "Hey, by the way, Scott and Kevin, they got to go over."
Honestly, just having the match in general, I think, is pretty cool. So.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh wait, we're still got more. We're backstage with Jeff Jarrett and the Outsiders.
They're like in the parking lot.
What is he talking about? 5 years ago, they got the job done. The Kings of Wrestling are not going to let this happen. He's saying, champ. Calm down. This belt ain't going nowhere. I don't care who Dusty Rhodes thinks he is. And Kevin Nash is looking very serious. Kevin Nash says he's a little hot, huh? Now you hit the WWE belt. You hit the WCW belt. He's like, yeah, I did. You ever had the NWA belt? Kevin Sal goes, you might get paid. What the fuck was that? Abyss just... Who is that?
I don't know. Who was
Oh my God.
the table?
There was a table slammed onto someone. It made a wicked loud noise. And
Okay. Let me check wrestling recaps. Who? Okay, it looked like somebody wearing jeans. Was it DDP?
Oh, it might have been. Well, Bob, we might even find out in the next episode of Impact. You never know.
Yeah, but that's so long. That's so far away. That's a week.
I know. How are we gonna wait that long?
How? Well, here's the thing. We'll forget that even happened.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We forget a lot of things that happen.
Well, while Bob's looking at wrestling recaps, I gotta say, I thought that was a pretty good episode of Impact.
I thought that was a good episode too. That Devine AJ match was really good.
Yeah, and I mean the Piper thing was cringy as fuck, but besides that, I really enjoyed what we saw. I think we got some big announcements for Final Resolution. We know a lot of matches now.
I don't have it on wrestling recaps. So
okay, guys. Well, stay tuned to next week, and we'll dive deeper into that. I'm sure. I don't know, man. We have three more.
One Mania. Maybe they have something. There's Zonko report, and this was from the actual.
Actually, it's funny that you say that. I didn't even make this connection, dude. I go on 411 Mania all the time to read about Impact stuff. If it's not on wrestling recaps, I go on 411 Mania. I don't even have. I'm looking ahead since you're getting curious here, but I don't know if I'm seeing it even in the notes.
So it just says, so in his report, he just says that someone was underneath the table. So I wonder if he just attacked someone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say, I guess I don't really have it in my notes, but I'm wondering if we'll see something on Impact that they'll say, if they do, that we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, pretty good, man. I thought it was a good episode, and it's getting me more excited for Final Resolution, for sure.
Well, yeah, we have our core, seemingly our core match is announced. The
tag team title, the elimination, and then we know there's an Ultimate X. So
yeah, so that's good.
I have a feeling with DDP and the elimination that we're gonna get Watts versus Raven. I have a feeling that's where maybe we're heading for that.
I mean, that's what it would appear, especially if he's like switching out from the Raven, or we're pivoting away from Watts and Page.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, so that's probably fine. Maybe is Watts gonna like realize he's being brainwashed or something?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
What's gonna happen?
Interesting. Well, that was pretty good stuff. I'm really excited for next week, our final episode of 2004. Holy crap. Insane. We've released more episodes in 2004 than any other year. so far that we've been covering because, for 3 months we were releasing 2 episodes a week, and then there was a 1 week that we released 5. So it's been an insane year, dude. So I'm really looking forward to finishing this up and then kind of doing our absolute best to kind of review the year as a whole. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll do our best to at least cover the highlights. I think it should be good. I'm going to have to click through some old shows and remember what happened.
Yeah, I mean, because the first half of 2004 is certainly a lot different than the second half. There's no doubt about that. So
yeah, but hey, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting time to go back and look back at 2004. But as you have noted, we have one more Impact to go, and it will be released on December 31st. So you don't have to worry about that. We are 3 weeks away now from Final Resolution, which will be released on January 16th. So we've got that going for ourselves. Like we've said, we've got a couple of matches announced. We don't necessarily know yet who Jarrett will be defending against. It could be Monty Brown, it could be TDP, or it could be his own friend Kevin Nash. And that closing segment seemed to be teasing Kevin Nash possibly going for that gold. So we'll have to see how that advances.
Yeah.
In the weeks to come. Ultimate X, obviously, tag titles with Team Canada and America's Most Wanted. So it's shaping up to be, it looks like a fairly solid card again.
I'd say so, yeah.
Judging by that interaction, I'm sure Dustin Rhodes and Kid Cash will be doing something.
Yeah, I'd have to say it's got to be, right?
Yeah. So that's probably what's going to be. That's got to be something coming up here as well. All right. Well, I don't have anything else for this week's episode. Dallas, do you?
No, not really. Besides our usual, be following us on social media if you guys are enjoying the content at Cross the Line TNA on Twitter, at TNA Cross the Line Pod on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TNA Cross the Line Podcast. And you can buy a t-shirt if you want to support us at ProWrestlingTees.com/Cross the Line TNA. All the links are in the description of our episodes. And, if you're loving the TNA content, man, our Twitter is the place to be. Twitter is still alive and well at this moment. So we're still posting. It's still good stuff. So, and yeah, definitely do that. And hey, if you're enjoying it, subscribe to us wherever you listen to the podcast if you haven't already. And if you would, leave us a review. That'd be awesome if you would do that for us.
Yeah, do it. Or, leave a comment on the YouTube page.
That too, man. I always love seeing the comments on the YouTube as well. So,
yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next week to close out 2004. And as always, we appreciate you guys listening. Until next week, for Dallas Gridley, I'm Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line Podcast.
We find the defendants guilty.